This video is for entertainment purposes only. Do your own research.
From UFOs to weird things we know, it's time for that paranormal, strange, phenomenal show. Biometric wars, a prison planet run by the man. It's time for the Tinfoil Canadian. Take off your hose.
Hello, fellow tinfoilers, and welcome to the 9th episode of the Tinfoil Canadian, the show where we explore and review crazy TikToks and videos that will have you questioning your world and the society we live in today. Is there a reason why we cannot explore freely some places on planet Earth? Are we being lied to about our geography and how many continents are on this world? We explore that and other questions as we go beyond the ice wall of Antarctica, eh?
So he got all of his equipment confiscated after he tried being the first IRL streamer out of Antarctica. Just 1 hour after he started live streaming in Antarctica, he has his Starlink taken away and is told that he can't get it back until he leaves the continent. His Starlink is what allows him to live stream from virtually anywhere on Earth. Now the community notes are saying that it was just the cruise ship policy, that they don't allow Starlinks on board because they want you to pay for their internet or whatever, which sure is true because he was on a cruise ship at the time, but in the video you can hear him getting told that he can't get it back even when he goes on land.
You have a Starlink? Yeah. Okay. It's confiscated. You'll receive it on the way back. You can't use it on land? Say again? You can't use it on land? No.
And then he posted this video saying this is what he saw before they took away his Starlink. Some sort of massive wall of ice with a cave entrance going into something. Antarctica is the most gate-kept landmass on the entire planet, and we occasionally get glimpses of what people who went there claim they saw. Like that time Mr. Beast, who did a whole video in Antarctica, let it slip on a live stream of what he claimed he saw there and got really nervous after.
Have you ever been to Antarctica? Yeah. Do you believe in the ice wall? Yeah, I saw the ice wall. Yeah, you saw it too. I can't say out straight. No way, but we'll talk about it later. That's crazy. He almost leaked it. Let's just say you always need someone with you when you're in Antarctica.
Here's another clip of Neon, who claims that Mr. Beast told him something about Antarctica, but it's Neon, so take it with a grain of salt.
No, but it's crazy, bro. I kid you not. Is it not possible to time travel? In Antarctica, they have portals. That's cap. Okay. Well, okay, how do you know? Huh? Like, okay, I know. Why? Trust me. Okay, but why? Trust me. You've been to Antarctica? No, I just know. I'm telling you right now, don't ask questions. There are portals in this world.
Last year, this guy, Ethan Guo, tried flying over every continent on Earth and got detained in Antarctica for 3 months after he flew over a tiny little island down there, possibly getting debriefed and being told that he didn't see anything down there. There's this whistleblower, Eric J. Hecker, a former contractor for the government, claiming they're experimenting with high-tech weaponry down there.
In 2010, I was selected to go down to the South Pole Station in Antarctica for an entire year by Raytheon Polar Services as an employee of a third-party contractor for the National Science Foundation. The technology at the South Pole Station certainly can do what it is presented as its primary purposes, and unfortunately, much more. Unfortunately, when they first fired it up, that was when we had the earthquakes in Christchurch, New Zealand. There was 2 incidental shots before they were able to target it correctly. This is an earthquake-generating device as well.
This encyclopedia from 1958 that talks about a 13,000-foot-high ice dome in Antarctica. And finally, there's this speech by Admiral Richard Byrd, the OG granddaddy whistleblower of Antarctica.
Admiral Byrd, you've been to both the North Pole and the South Pole. Is there any unexplored land left on this Earth that might appeal to adventurous young Americans?
Yes, there is. But strangely enough, there's left in the world today an area as big as the United States that's never been seen by a human being. And that's beyond the pole, on the other side of the South Pole, from Middle America. And I think it's quite astonishing.
That's a tremendous
So there's a lot of adventure left down at the bottom of the world.
Well, do you hope to see that?
I do. I think year after year, bottom of the world, because the government has really become interested.
So is everyone just in on some massive joke, or is there something in Antarctica that they're purposely hiding from the rest of us?
Do you believe that they are hiding something beyond an ice wall in Antarctica? Let's look into this theory a little bit deeper and see if we can find out what they might be hiding from us all.
Jamie, pull that video up. They say Antarctica is just a frozen wasteland at the bottom of the earth. But what if that's the greatest lie ever told? Every map you've ever seen is wrong because Antarctica isn't a continent. It's a barrier, a massive ice wall that wraps around our world like the edge of a plate. A wall so high, so vast, it hides what's really beyond. And here's where it gets terrifying. In 1956, a group of scientists on a classified mission allegedly breached the ice wall. What they found was not more snow. It was green valleys, ancient structures, and skies with two suns. They called it Terra Infinita, the infinite land, a realm untouched by time where creatures long extinct roam free, where the laws of physics begin to crack, and the stars above are not the ones we know. One survivor made it back. He claimed the land was not uninhabited. He spoke of tall beings glowing with a faint blue light, neither human nor alien, but something in between. They communicated through thought, and they warned you were never meant to cross. Weeks later, that survivor vanished. His notes were burned. His team never found. Since then, every expedition that strays too far either disappears or gets rescued before they can go any further. Why is the Antarctic Treaty so strict? Why is it the only place on Earth every superpower agrees to protect? Maybe because it's not just about ice. It's about containment, because what's beyond the ice wall was never meant to be seen.
Do you think there could be a race of tall beings that do not want us to cross the ice wall? Do you think that we are locked inside an inner Earth and cannot visit other realms that exist on our planet? I would love to hear your thoughts on this topic.
Do you remember that person who claimed that he was expelled because of the ice wall? According to him, behind this barrier hides a perfect world where there is no war, no disease, and no pollution. He assures that our reality is something like a prison, where humanity was exiled as punishment. This idea is a key element of one version of the flat Earth theory. According to it, the planet is not a sphere, but a huge disk surrounded by an ice ring we call Antarctica. But there is another perspective. The icy border was not created to protect humanity, but to prevent us from leaving and discovering what lies beyond. Supporters of this theory believe that beyond the ice there may be unknown continents, highly advanced civilizations, unusual forms of life, and lost knowledge from the past. Of course, official science completely rejects these claims. But if you are sure that nothing is being hidden from us, try searching on TikTok, "A Different World in Antarctica," and decide for yourself.
Is it possible that there are other races and hidden knowledge over the ice wall? Are we actually living on a disk? Sometimes the answers to these questions are hidden in plain sight, eh?
What if I told you the movie Pirates of the Caribbean didn't just entertain, it revealed something ancient, something hidden? Look at the title. At World's End. You think that's a joke? They literally sail to the end of the known ocean, the edge. And then a frozen wasteland. Massive ice walls, a blizzard so thick it swallows everything. Tell me, does that sound like fantasy to you? Or maybe, just maybe, it's a symbolic reflection of the truth we're not supposed to see. They reach this untouched place beyond maps, beyond reason, a place many believe surrounds our known world, an ice barrier. And it doesn't stop there. Ice Age? Same thing. A group trapped inside a valley surrounded by a gigantic wall of ice. They think that's all there is. Sound familiar? It's not storytelling. It's sneaky disclosure. Truth wrapped in fiction. Why? So when people like me talk about it, we sound insane. Clever, huh? But once you see it, truly see it, you realize it's everywhere. And the sad part? Most people would rather stay blind.
This is just a theory, not a fact.
Shoutouts to Beyond Reality on TikTok. He is definitely one of my favorite creators. Do you guys think that the powers in charge hide what is really true in plain sight on television and the movies? I would love to hear what you guys think are good examples of this. Do we truly know what lies beyond the ice wall? Perhaps the tale of Captain Morris from Stealth.HQ will help us figure that out.
We do have a civilization of humans that broke out of the ice wall before the last reset, the Ancestral Republic. These lands were discovered by William Morris whenever he escaped the ice wall. Now this was during the late 1700s whenever they found this map and were able to escape through the ice wall, as you can see here. And after they made it on the other side of the ice wall, they ran into the Ancestral Republic ship. And this is where they met the humans who already live outside of the ice wall, who left before the last reset. Which the last reset was during the times of the Tartarian Empire, whenever the custodians and the Anunnaki came and the giants helped us to try to battle them. Now many of the humans who did escape were descendants of the Atlanteans from Atlantis, and that's how they built Tartaria in the first place, which is how they had the knowledge and the technology to build the Ancestral Republic. Which on the inside of the ice walls, all of our technology was lost and we were basically set back to the caveman days, which is when the Anunnaki came in and built the pyramids and tried to take over and act as if they were gods. But we do still have the humans that are our ancestors who exist in the Ancestral Republic who do want to come in and try to rescue us. They just have the custodians, Anunnaki, and the reptilians to battle against, and the Anunnaki and custodians are far more advanced than the Ancestral Republic. Outside of our ice wall are many lands, but let's talk about Lemuria, Asgard, and Atlantis. And as we know, Atlantis was very futuristic and advanced in their technology. But Asgard was still the most powerful spiritually. And when the custodians tried to come in and take over these lands, they were held off by Asgard with their advanced spiritual technology and light source. But eventually the custodians were successful in destroying all three of these lands. And it's said that the souls from these lands ended up reincarnating into our ancestors in the known lands, which is where the Tartarian Empire came in with the giants. But the custodians noticed we were getting too advanced here, so they ended up destroying Tartaria as well. So some of those humans and giants ended up leaving through the opening in the ice wall. The humans went to the Ancestral Republic, and the giants went to the lands of Enoch. And this is the same opening that William Morris went through as well, based on the map that he was given to get outside of the ice wall to the Ancestral Republic. So those same humans were able to escape before the last reset and move to the Ancestral Republic and use the information and technology they had from Atlantis and build it here in the Ancestral Republic.
That was a lot to take in, eh? Is there proof the ice wall exists? Let's try to find that out in these next clips. But before we do, please take a moment to hit the like and subscribe button. It really helps a new channel to grow and takes a second of your time.
You ever notice how the smart people keep telling you the world map is complete? Oh yeah, totally. Because of course the entire Earth fits neatly into one cute little globe, wrapped in borders they drew for us like training wheels. Here's the thing, old maps showed extra continents, outer lands, whole regions labeled, "Here be giants." But sure, those were just doodles, medieval fan art, nothing to see there. And Antarctica? Oh, please, just a giant ice cube at the bottom of a spinning ball. Nothing strange about the most protected place on Earth being a frozen wasteland no one is allowed to own, explore, or fly over. Yeah, makes perfect sense. Then there's the treaty. Every world power agreeing instantly to leave it alone. Because if there's anything governments love doing, it's cooperating selflessly for 70 years, totally believable. But my favorite part? The maps that slip through the cracks, the ones showing rings of land outside the ice wall. Civilizations not plugged into our little system, territories that conveniently vanished once satellites and official cartography showed up. But I'm sure that's coincidence. Everything is. Compasses glitching near Antarctica, people reporting mountains where the map says ocean, ancient cultures describing Earth as a realm with outer gates. Yep, all imagination. Humans just happen to hallucinate the same images for 5,000 years. Very logical. Look, the world they gave you is the tutorial level. The real one starts outside the fence, but hey, keep staring at your globe. I'm sure it's the whole story.
Can someone tell me what's wrong with this 1892 map? Why doesn't it have Antarctica on it? I can't understand it. Because all I see is mapped out terrain in this circular fashion, but no Antarctica. I don't understand why. All I see is terrain and all this white stuff. What's all this white stuff? Can someone explain this to me? All this terrain that's mapped out in a circular fashion? I don't get it. Maybe this video will help. shown this whole thing, and I wanted to just give you guys the entire video. As far as the eye can see.
Shoutouts to the fittest flat earther. Well, I can tell you these videos are close to convincing me of the flat earth and ice wall theory. But I still am on the fence about it. What about you? Need another clip to sway your opinion?
Crazy video on the Bird app, and what it's showing is a giant wall of ice under Antarctica. And this wall of ice seems to be going to the very bottom of the ocean, but also running underneath the sand. I do wonder why this video is not more public than it should be. You know, you figure they find these giant walls that all of science would know. And by the way, look at the color of this so-called wall of ice. It looks very similar to something that's above our head. And in coming across that video, it reminded me a ton of Admiral Byrd's expedition to Antarctica. And the footage we have of that, which most people aren't even aware of. The only way you can come across is if you look really heavily into it. But there was like crazy tall ice that they had to literally do a high jump to get onto. I'm gonna fast forward right now because they literally had hundreds of miles of just a giant wall of ice. I wonder what we're not talking about this.
That is all the time we have for this episode, fellow foilers. See you next time for more strange theories and videos from around the world. Until then, stay warm and be nice to your neighbor, eh?